Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to MTG Live. It is a good early Saturday morning. And of course, I have my crew with me. Miss Mo Swag is over on that side of me. And my boy Hendrix is right under me. Like, right there under me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. How's everyone? Hendrix had to brush my teeth so I could eat my potato chip for breakfast.
Yep. I've been up since like 3:30.
Mo, that actually sounds good.
Then what time?
I laid down
Huh?
at 4 o'clock.
Mhm.
Wait a minute.
I've been up
Hendrix,
since
you been up?
3:30.
You said you
Why? You working?
Couldn't sleep. I went to bed too early,
Oh, what time do you go to bed?
like 7.
Oh. Okay. Well, tell I said hey. So anyway, y'all gonna go see Candyman? I'm just saying. Y'all ain't gonna go see Candyman?
comedian.
Oh, we on the show. I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead. Y'all talk. We talking about today?
Well, no, you said Candyman. What is they make? They making a new Candyman movie?
They
How
already
old are
made it.
you? It came out yesterday, man.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
Who playing Candyman?
Don't matter. Somebody name I can't pronounce, but they said he did a good job. You know, Jordan Peele directed and produced it.
Yeah, that dude Peel. I thought he was just a comedian, but he got some skills directing. He got some
Yeah,
He
major
yeah,
do.
skills.
yeah.
Cause what was that movie? A Sunken Place or whatever it was called, with the spoon in the teacup,
Mm,
where they kept hypnotizing. They was
yeah.
hypnotizing black people. Cause that movie was off the chain, and I didn't even realize he had did it. Good morning,
Hey,
Wow.
Alicia.
Wow.
Alicia.
What's up,
Good
sis?
morning.
Good morning. Good
You
morning.
know
Yeah,
what?
Thank you
I
so
see
It's
you
much
on there
for
too,
joining.
yeah.
Demetria. Yeah.
Hi, good morning. We really have to discuss his work at large because Reggie, I don't get him. All of his movies always have to do about social injustice, racial injustice, or the imbalance. And he's biracial and he's married to a white woman. So that
Right.
just leads credence to just because you married to a different race, that phone, phone.
Right. And the thing about it, Mo, is that he is socially conscious and
Yeah.
he has a varied background and he's able to display
Mhm.
stories in a multitude of ways to get people to understand his viewpoint. So you have to commend his creativity because anytime somebody, because people always try to box you in, right? They try to put you in this
Right.
box. And I am one of those people that I despise getting put into a box. Because
Absolutely.
Q will tell you, if you didn't have class with me, you thought I was a jock. If you had classes with me, you were trying to figure out, well, he plays ball and he does, he's in multiple sports, but like this dude killing me in the classroom. I don't like being put in a box. I hate it. Yes, I have some nerdy
I'm with
tendencies.
that.
Yeah, but hey, I'm
I'm,
not.
I'm with that.
Yeah,
And
Y'all can
usually
put me
people
in a
that try to
box.
keep you in the box.
Y'all
Well,
can put me in a
well,
box.
no, Mo, we not. No, we don't want to
I'm
put you.
I'm
Mo,
I'm,
you know you're not gonna do right in the box,
I'm in a
Mo.
box. I'm
You of
overweight.
all people.
I'm a big black woman. That's it. Put me in a box. Who got a low IQ? Who don't have a lot of money? Reggie, I like that box right there.
hold on, Mo. They don't put you in a box. They have to develop a crate for you because there's
Oh,
too
not
much that goes into there, and the box is not big enough. And I'm not talking about your weight, sweetie. That is not what I'm
that's so
referring to.
sweet. I know you were, honey. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. See, Q, did you hear how to give a
Okay,
compliment? You should have written it down. Try to write it down, honey. That's how you give a
Mo.
compliment.
Mo, I give you compliments all the time by telling you that you're right.
That's why of the whole crew, past, present, and future, he was the only one that got a Christmas present. Did you notice that?
And she ain't lying. She ain't lying. It's never been no more than 5 of us, but only one gets a Christmas gift. Only one. Not me, not anybody else. Him gets a Christmas gift.
Now
The one who
I
making
mean,
it think.
August, and I
The
still
one when I
ain't
come
got
out the
it
bag and talk, and then he's like, "No, that's not it."
Real quick, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Of course, this is season 5 of MTG Live. Viewing and listening discretion is advised. This conversation are our opinions and for your entertainment purposes only. Please be at least 18 years or older to watch this show. And we do encourage you to share your comments. However, please be that age to actually listen to us and participate in these conversations. Again, we prefer you to be 21 years or older. Don't send your mama and your pap your pastor and them in our inboxes telling us that, my child was looking at y'all and y'all are, too off the chain. So we don't want to hear that. That's why we put the actual discretionary piece on there. And real quick before we get started, and since, Hendrix brought up crates, we'll talk about the crate challenge in just a second. But we have a new show lined up real quick on every first and third Tuesday. Of course, it's going to be with myself, MTG Stupid is Real. It's going to be on Tuesday night, first and third. MTG Stupid is Real, like I stated. Wednesday night, happy hour with Hendrix. We're going to see if we can get Mo on that second and fourth, but we'll see about that one. We can record now, so that means maybe we can get Mo to do something with ourselves. And then, of course, on the first and third Thursdays is MTG After Dark. And every Saturday morning, you will see myself, Mo Swag, and Hendrix. Saturday mornings, MTG Live at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. And we sure appreciate you watching and all that good stuff. And make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe to us. Click the red button. Also, on your notifications on Facebook, go ahead and click that notification button. And every time we go live, it'll pop up for you. So you don't even have to look for us. Just click that button and it'll pop up. Also, tweet us at The Gas, THAGAS, The Gas. And make sure you look at us on Twitch, anchorfm.com. We're on Spotify and where else are we, Reggie? Because I forget all of them. Spotify, Amazon. I know we're on Google Play.
Spotify. It's Spotify.
I said Spotify. I didn't say that.
No, you didn't say it right.
Why am I the only one who wants to pronounce TIST, Spotify? Why do I do that?
I don't know.
Because you're old, preacher.
You might be right, Mo. You might be right. Okay, y'all, let's jump into it. Let's jump into it real quick. So let me see. We got a couple of comments. Good morning, Miss Montgomery. We sure appreciate you. Everybody's mailing this popping. She said, yes. Of course, this skin is looking good this morning. Thank God. And Miss Arbor, not Barbara from Spiritually Ratchet, is on, and she's saying good morning to us. So y'all, let's talk about this crate challenge that's going on. Now I know. Let me see if I can pull this up. I don't even need to put it up, but I guess I will, if just in case if there's someone on here that probably don't know what this crate challenge is, which everybody should know. What this crate challenge is. Real quick, here it is.
People who have lives who ain't watching foolishness and stuff. Effery.
Yeah.
Not know about it.
Now, real quick, it's exploring on social media. Some platforms are trying to remove this crate challenge. Of course, we have doctors that are saying, okay, listen, you can have some lifelong complications if you fall off of one of these things. Now, listen, I ain't gonna really have to go through this story because we don't have to do this, but I remember back in the day, if you didn't have no money, you used the crate to prop up your TV. You used your crate to prop up your bed. You used your crate for a whole lot of other stuff like that if you was in the hood. Sometimes you run across a crate, you know what I'm saying, in the back of the grocery store, back of the school, that kind of deal. Back in the day, when we would have to help sometimes the cafeteria people bring the milk in, they brought them in, what, Reggie? Them crates. And so you put the crates on the dolly and you move that stuff on in there. So now we got a crate challenge. We got a crate challenge where they are running up these crates.
Wait, we used to use them as hoops too.
Hoops. Right. Right. Keystone Post
What?
at the park.
At the park on
Yeah.
Keystone Post. They used to,
Yeah.
because before they redid it, it was milk crates for the hoops. You cut the bottom
That's
out,
right.
Oh,
and it's a little bit smaller than a hoop, but your aim had to be dead on. This is why guys from the hood so good at like shots, because you train with a milk crate and it's smaller than the actual hoop. So that's why you got a lot of brothers from the hood that's good in basketball, because you made do with what you had. You wasn't trying
That's
to walk
right.
up and stack like a pyramid and break your neck. I don't get it.
That's right. That's right.
See, Denise, you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to use it for playing basketball. Yeah, that's what we did. And I think that's the
Mm-hmm.
difference between our generation and the next. Like, I think they're just bored and they're not mentally stimulated enough. They have too much access to information, and it's information overload and a lot of nonsense information. Because when we were growing up,
well,
and
they watch.
half these kids, huh?
Mhm.
Half these kids don't even
No,
know
they
what
watch
the Dewey
enough
Decimal
TikTok
System is.
videos to get stimulated.
I didn't hear you, Mo.
Well, that's because they don't know books. They don't know books.
Yeah, true. Because now
That's
they don't
why.
even
So
know
we
how
can't.
to do their own book cover from a grocery bag. You know, we used to make a book cover out of a grocery bag. They
That's
don't
right.
even know what that
We
is,
sure
because
did.
half of them don't even have books. So, you know,
Do they even make book covers anymore? Do they still make book covers?
I don't know.
Remember
I
how
don't
we
think
used to
a lot
make
of
them? No,
schools
they
have
don't,
books.
because they don't have books.
Yeah.
Because
So
I
I
remember
call the
back in
kids.
the
I was
day,
like,
of course.
"Hey, go get your book bag." Yeah, I tell the kids, "Go get your book bag off the floor. Go get your book bag." They were like, "What's a book bag?" They call them backpacks. I was like, "Y'all ain't hiking."
And two, I remember the book covers when we, of course, the flat piece of paper like we was describing, but that was a class participatory effort. So everybody covered their books back in the day because they didn't want anything to happen to the book, and then you knew you had to turn it in. And so it's just like these babies are just bored as hell. But it's not just them, y'all. It's folk out there our age that's out there running up these damn cards. I just want to know, do you have a GED? Do you have a high school diploma? Can we have a reading book challenge? Can we have a challenge that you can fucking count 2 times 2 is fucking 4? Can we do something like that? Can we have a challenge that's going to help with your brain cells other than the fact that you are walking around with bruised eyes, broke bones, bruised up ribs, or in the case of the video that I sent you guys, the young lady that had her head busted wide open. You got blood running on the gas station parking lot in Pleasant Grove on La Prada Street. What the hell is going on? So y'all seen some of this shit. Where did this shit come from? Who started it? Do y'all know?
I don't know. I have 3 questions though. If you want to do the crate challenge, you must have private insurance, so I don't have to pay for it. Just saying. 2, how are you doing this crate challenge going black and blue to a job?
Are they going to a job?
And 3, no, they ain't going to another job. That's why they don't have private insurance. And 3,
No.
this is my personal. I think we should be okay with the crate challenge. Just like when those people do handstands or stuff on the little bikes off of buildings and stuff. Go ahead. Because Darwinism is in full effect. It's filtering out those who are not going to make any contributions to society anyway.
Yep.
Mo,
That's
I
my
think
2 cents.
you may have a point, Mo. I am just utterly confused on. Yeah, I was looking at a clip in Atlanta. Shout out to the ATL. Y'all always got to do it bigger than everybody else, don't you? But it was so many people. They had crowded out. I believe it's Piedmont Park. That's one of the biggest parks. In the country, I believe. Piedmont Park is a staple. you know, in the U.S., especially, you know, when you go and go look at your Black history stuff like that. Piedmont Park has a lot of history attached to it, and they have a lot of festivals at Piedmont Park, and it is huge, and it was hundreds of people with this one crate challenge. And I believe I saw a young lady that was running up the damn crates with heels on, Mo. And I'm trying to figure out how, what gives you the time to, I mean, to even
Was she
think about how
probably
am I going to do this, man? I'm going to do this. Huh?
No, she was probably practicing after she did her pole practice. That's all.
Well, she
That's
ran
all.
up that damn crate like she was on a damn pole. She did. Denise said, our generation took everyday items in creative ways to make something out of nothing for survival as opposed to these items for entertainment. We were talking about that yesterday, and I was like, when we was growing up, we did some crazy stuff, but it wasn't nothing like that. Now I remember some crazy stuff like, you walk like trying to balance on something, that is not too high off the ground, but it's high enough. Maybe you hurt yourself and you run across it, or you may throw paper clips at somebody in the class. Of course, that ain't cool because you may put somebody out, or it may get stuck in somebody's ear. Like I remember that one time somebody flicked that paper clip. It got stuck in somebody's ear in high school. So I mean, it's all dangerous, but at the same time, it's like okay, all over the world, all over the place. I seen even, and let me tell you, y'all let the white people outsmart y'all because I saw a crate challenge last night where they put the crates up over a damn swimming pool. At least if you're gonna fall in some water. I mean, y'all busting y'all asses on cement.
Yeah, but they probably can't swim.
If you can't swim, then you don't. And that's another thing, Mo. It's a lot of black folk that don't know how to swim. That scares me. Reggie, when we
Well, no,
stop
it's
learning
okay
how
if
to
you don't
swim,
know how to swim, but stop going to the lake. Stop going to the lakes. Stop going to the beaches. Stop going to pools if you can't swim.
Q, on this one, I don't understand because I was captain of the swim team. So, and I remember when it was me, Mo, and Deuce, and y'all clown me about the word natatorium because that's the official term for an indoor pool. It's called a natatorium, and y'all just was like, "What the fuck is a natatorium?"
I still clown you because I was so mad at myself being a YWCA kind of girl. And after you said that on the show, damn, if that word didn't come up every single week through the news or something, I was like, nah, I've been missing this word all my life. Howard University swim team, this is their natatorium. Da da da. I was like, nah, look at that Reggie. He's so smart. He's so smart. Thank God for Reggie, because the IQ, the three of our IQs is going up immensely. Just on paper. Q, don't get excited. Just on paper. But I'm just saying that if it hadn't been for Reggie, we'd just been dumb and dumber. Well, and then dumbest.
Of course, when we first started, and I already knew how smart Reggie was, but
Right.
what I did not know is how smart he got. After high school, I didn't think it was any way possible that you can get even smarter.
Hey, Q, stop right now. So anyway, what's our next topic? So we know the people with the crates are crazy. We know the people with the crates hopefully have private insurance. And we know the people with the crates just received the Darwinism Award. Survival of the fittest, and surely they're not fit. So
Darwinism. I was trying to figure out that word yesterday. I was like, well, y'all, what was that they called? The Darwinism Award. Yeah.
Yes.
To all the people that did the crate challenge. What did I do, Arbor? What did I do? You said, wow. What did I do? I done said something I probably had up here. Listen, real quick, shout out to,
It was everything you said.
What part was it?
About you couldn't believe Reggie got smarter after high school?
Mo, you don't understand. You have to, you probably had to be there. I mean, Reggie, just like he said, Reggie was, one of those jocks. Reggie wore his gold necklaces to school. Reggie had his Jordans on. Reggie was clean every
He was
day.
really smart.
We, he looked rough. When you go in, come out of football practice, Reggie all G'd up because he done took his time and then got ready for class. Some of them dudes, they just come out and say,
Yeah.
"Fuck it, I'm
Reggie,
going to class."
Q, that's how you do it, baby. You do it like
And
that.
you get in class with this guy, and it's like he the quietest person, and the teacher really only calling on him because they already know he know the answer. But they trying to give everybody else a
I know,
chance
but
to answer the damn question, but Reggie's got that quiet.
hey, Arbor, we know Q wasn't in classes with Reggie. We know that. He was in them other
I think maybe
classes.
one class of Reggie had all advanced classes. And I think maybe the only class I was
What
advanced
PE?
in was running my
PE
damn
class?
mouth.
Was it PE class?
Band, actually, band, probably
No,
band.
Okay, see,
well, no, this is the thing, Mo. Band and football practice at the same time. I don't think me and Q ever had any classes, and we didn't even actually run in the same
I
circle.
know you would.
But we knew each other though, so it wasn't like I had any beef with him or nothing. But hell, Q was with my cousin for 4 years, and I think he just found out she was my cousin like a year or two ago. He had no idea that was my cousin.
Uh-oh. Did they have relations? Because Q had relations with everybody in high school.
I don't know. That ain't none of my business. He didn't hurt her. He didn't break her
No,
heart. So I'm good.
never,
So
Okay.
never.
What's the next topic,
And
Q?
Mo,
Because
and
I've
let
got to
me say
find
this.
I've got to find a tooth that the tooth fairy didn't find because it was lost. That's why I'm in a room
Okay,
trying to
real
find the
quick,
tooth.
just want to say shout out to the our peoples out there in Louisiana, our people in Alabama, Mississippi, and please be careful. Hurricane Ida has reached a category 4, is what I am told. I'm actually trying to get my sister to leave Jackson, Mississippi, to head towards Dallas because it makes landfall tomorrow. The eye of the storm is supposed to rip right through New Orleans. So shout out to y'all. You guys be careful, be safe as best you can. Try to get out of there. What you got, Reggie? You got your hand up.
actually, if she's in Jackson, Mississippi, she'll actually be fine because by the time the storm gets that far north, it'll be dissipated. So if she's in Jackson off of 20 in that area, you're fine. She north of 20, she fine. He wasn't
Yeah,
in class.
I went to most of my classes.
You know what, Q? That's the funny part about school, especially like our senior year. Most of my teachers would prefer me not to come to class. I do all my work at the beginning of the week. They give me a packet on like Thursday or Friday because we had the block scheduling. I do it over the weekend, turn it in, and just not come to class. But they knew I knew all the information. So no.
Wow.
And I will say this, while it was good in high school, I will admit this, my first year of college, I struggled because of that. And so I will say this, I struggled my first year of college because I did not know how to study. My studying was, give me 5 minutes with a book, I can close it and go on and pass because we only covered a chapter at a time. I could absorb a chapter and be done. But when you're in college, you're doing 5, 6, 7 chapters at a time. I had to up my game a little bit. So
see, that's what I'm talking about. Next topic, real quick. Like I said, you guys be careful. Shout out to you guys, and get to safe ground as quickly as y'all can. Let me see here. I think the next thing I want us to run over real quick, Mo. We got a special announcement. I'm gonna let you do this, Mo, because I guess because I think I like you this morning. Only because I like you this morning. But real quick, we got a special announcement. Let me go ahead and put that up. Let me X that out. Well, let me see if I can do it, if it's gonna do right. Okay. Really, boy, Mo, go ahead and talk about it real quick. Mo, it's on the screen, so you can go ahead and talk about it, but you don't have to say too much and nothing.
Okay,
Just go ahead and talk
so
about it.
everyone in Dallas, if you haven't heard about Brunchaholics, that means because you just don't know about good food. Brunchaholics started with Jesse Washington, right, shown right there. He's been on the Food Network twice. He's been in Food Network magazine. But you, Reggie, you know, he went to a PWI, graduated from Texas Tech, doing the corporate thing, and then he said he's been cooking since he was 9 years old. And I mean cooking. He loves breakfast food. You know, his family would sit at the table and be like, "What are you gonna cook now? It don't even matter. We just gonna eat. We have a good time. You know, we just cook." They were his experiment. But lo and behold, if you've heard of the Turkey Hut in Houston, that ain't nothing compared to Brunchaholics. If you've heard of Papa Do's in Atlanta, you heard of Papa Do's in Houston, in Dallas, that ain't nothing compared to Brunchaholics. He's finally getting his own restaurant. He was doing pop-ups, but most importantly, he was at the farmers market in Dallas on Saturday and Sunday. But now he's going to have a full-fledged restaurant with a drive-through. Hallelujah. And we are excited. It's going to be open November 27th, 2021. November 27th, 2021. So I'm excited. And it's at 504. What?
I like what he did.
Oh, how he chose the date?
Yeah, because that was the day he actually got fired from his job at State Farm, I believe.
Yep.
And so
that was it.
It's
State Farm.
significant
so
that
he was like,
that and flipped it.
Yeah. Congratulations and shout out to Jesse. Jesse
and that's how we always. That's how you're supposed to do, ain't it? You're supposed to take it and flip it whenever it comes any hardship.
Absolutely. We want to shout out and say congratulations to Jesse and the Brunchaholics crew. They have become a friend of Master Gas. We love them and support them anytime that we can. That soul food burrito is what got me hooked. I like Jesse's food, but I always be asking, man, where's the burrito? I need the burrito. What you got, Reggie? What you got to say about this?
So, just a small story for everybody. So, Tashara Parker, when she came to Dallas, she came on the show, and I think she had only been in Dallas like maybe a month. And she came on the show, and we took her down there right after the show, and she was like, "Oh my God, Reggie, I can't come here every week because I'm gonna be fat." So it took her 3 days to eat that. I can't remember what his baked potato. It's seafood baked potato. It took her 3 days to eat it because it was. She said she had ate some of it. She froze the rest of it and then had to cut it up so she could eat it in chunks. But like I told her, but like I tell everybody else, yeah, the lines were long, but it was well worth the wait. So once you get some of Jesse's food, like
it really was.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. How you do a pop-up?
It really is good.
Really is.
Yeah. He did a pop-up on a Wednesday and me and Sunshine
still crowded.
And it was the line was out the door at a pop-up on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
The line was out the door, and the bad part is when me and Sunshine got to the front of the line, the people in front of us ordered the last of the food.
Wow. I went up to Jesse's pop-up that he had downtown, and I can't remember the place that they were at, but he did the what was that, Mo? It was the I know it was a baked potato, but he had something to go on the side of it. Now I can't remember if it was the etouffee, what he does with the etouffee, but that potato was so good. I think I ate both of my potatoes before I even got to the damn car. Almost, it was that good.
His
and
food
it has the shrimp in it, and all kind of stuff. It is really good.
His food is so good that don't let nobody that I have to ship his food to Chunky Butt in LA.
Next topic.
She makes
Okay,
me
y'all.
she makes
Let's
she makes me ship his food. It's so bad.
Wait, but
It's so bad that she just about huh?
before we move on, I just want to say this.
Yeah.
Jesse and I both went to PWIs. However, him and I both going to a PWI was rooted in the fact that our parents went to an HBCU. So his family is from PV as well as mine. And so shout out to PV for
Yep.
creating productive people and the children that they also create.
Always. Always.
Absolutely.
And the address
Absolutely.
the address is 5014 Ross Avenue. 5014 Ross Avenue.
Yep.
Q play
Oh,
that
that's
number,
in West Dallas.
501.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 5014.
501
So play
Mo?
that number, Q.
Okay. Most they play 5014. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna go give me some numbers in a little bit. Okay, y'all, real quick. Let's switch up because I think we got about 20 some minutes left. Okay, so R. Kelly's doctor, y'all. Y'all know R. Kelly's his trial done started. His doctor done testified that he's been infecting people with the herpes since 2007 in his trial. So I want to talk real quick about that because y'all they focused on R. Kelly. They zooming in on him or whatever for all of this nasty stuff that we knew that he's been doing since keep it on the down low, and all these other different songs. A lot of there have been people I believe is supposed to testify to his inappropriate behavior with Aaliyah, which I just really would like for them to leave that portion of it alone. That girl is gone, whatever, bringing up more things and difficult times for her family. However, that her and Sparkle's niece, and then it's the other little girls and the women he's supposed to have trapped and all this kind of stuff. Now, Mo, now I'm trying to figure out Mo. Now the girl is changing her testimony. Now she said at one point that R. Kelly had a hostage. She said that. Now she's saying that she wasn't hostage. She said she could move about, do whatever she wanted to do, and she was just his little thing to do. So, what y'all think about this trial? Because they're gonna lock his ass up. We know that, but even though he already locked up, but they're gonna lock him up for even longer. Why y'all think they're after him so hard? Is it because of cheering?
No
Oh,
comment. No comment.
Reggie, let me ask you a question. Herpes simplex 2, is that not the chickenpox virus?
No, it's not, Mo. They're different. They're
So
different.
herpes simplex 2 is a sexually transmitted disease, but the herpes virus is the shingle virus and is the chickenpox virus?
No.
Herpes.
Okay. So what you have to understand is I will do the shingles first. Shingles is it's a derivative of having chicken pox. So what happens is if you've had chicken pox, it lies dormant in your system, but it will take a while for it to build up. What people have to realize is that viruses are living organisms. They will lay low for a little bit. And in this time, it's usually about 40 or 50 years, and then they'll pop up as shingles. Because you have a virus, that virus, even though you're not feeling the effects of it, that virus is still in your body. It's in your tissues. And after time, it builds up and it reacts in a certain way. That's how you get shingles. Now, herpes and herpes 2 are both forms, and I get them confused, so I'm not 100% sure, but I know one is sexually transmitted, the other one is not. One, you will get like fever blisters, and then with the other is you'll have genital, I guess the only way I can say it nicely is you'll have genital blisters. Both are treatable, and they both can be spread from one person to another. but there's treatment out there for it that will help you prevent that. So at the end of the day, people just protect yourself. Protect yourself.
Okay, so it says the herpes zoster, also known as shingles, is caused by the reactivation of the varicella zoster virus, VZV, the same virus that causes varicella chicken. So it lingers, it waits for it to come. I guess in children is chickenpox, older people is shingles.
So, okay,
kind of
I
sort of.
was trying not to get complex in this one, because the way that viruses are named is slightly confusing to people. So I was trying to keep it simple for everyone. So what everybody knows as chickenpox, there's different forms of chickenpox. I will break it down to what we're currently going through now with coronavirus. So currently we now have coronavirus with the Delta variant. So this is the fourth arbitration or fourth mutation of this virus. This is what you also need to know. Coronavirus is a derivative of SARS. So when you have these names like this, it's confusing to people. So I was trying to keep them separated to make my explanation be more appealing to the masses. Now, if we wanted to get technical, I could dive down that rabbit hole, but then I didn't want to take up a whole bunch.
Okay, so here's my question then. The herpes, just to say he's spread herpes, is there a particular strand that they can show from girl to girl to girl that was his herpes, or could they have? Could it just be? See, this is my thing. When you're having sexual intercourse with everybody, girls and guys, don't try to put it on one person, because, like you said, it can lie dormant.
Right. So
none of these girls were virgins.
Yeah. So there is a way to track down a particular virus and where it originated, because each virus has its own, let's just call it a fingerprint to make it easy. So each virus has its own fingerprint, and you'll be able to track that back to a particular person. It would be real easy to do a trace and make sure that they're having the same virus that he has. It'll be very, very easy. All I got to do is submit a sample, get tested, and it's really easy to track back. It's a really simple test.
Okay.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. That R. Kelly, allegedly, we have to say that until, of course, whatever, that he was giving people herpes and stuff like that.
That's what we're trying to say. That's why I asked Reggie the scientific information. You can't say, unless you can fingerprint it, like he said, you can't say that was his.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying. This is the thing. His physician will be able to tell, because all you got to do is get a sample from him, and that virus, when you transmit it from person to person, so it's like going from A to B. There's not much change. So if person A gave it to person B, then person B and person A, their virus will be damn near identical. Now, this is the only issue which people will get confused. So every person that R. Kelly potentially spread herpes to, they will be person B. This is how it'll be easy to trace back.
Allegedly?
That's what I said. Supposedly or allegedly. Yes. Same difference. Yeah. But if he did track it back and he gave it to him, it'll be real easy to test and to find out if it came from him or not. So it won't be too hard.
That just got to be, shout out to our healthcare workers, because that just got to be some nasty shit. I wouldn't want to, I couldn't be able to do that, and having to test people about the different strands of whatever virus you may have, just to trace it back to particular source, to say, yeah, he gave it to me. I mean, who in the hell is walking around here having unprotected sex like this, Mo? I mean,
Well,
I'm trying to understand this.
Trying to
Q,
I don't know. Maybe it's just
let
me.
me tell you what. Let me tell you why the women are having unprotected sex. The women who deal with these very high profile men are having unprotected sex because they are trying to get pregnant so they can get a check. Point blank and the period. That's why they don't wait until the person marries them because they know it's not going to happen. What they do is they try to get a check. Their come up is having a baby. I mean, so I'm thinking. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I guess
Q,
maybe
Yes,
that
sir.
then a prenup, huh, Mo?
Q. Can
Maybe
I
that
say
was.
this?
I mean,
Can I say this,
Yes,
Q?
sir.
go
If you can't believe
Yes, sir.
that R. Kelly, and it's not just with famous people, but if there weren't people going around having so much unprotected sex, you wouldn't have shows like Jerry Springer and what's that other guy named Maury Povich? You wouldn't have shows like that.
Maury,
Yeah,
Maury,
because
Maury, Maury.
all that DNA testing that they do, because there's actually people that are going around just sleeping with any and everybody. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in.
And then I know some women who have said, but Reggie, and that's why I always tell you to be, watch out. Because I know some women who'll be like, oh, he got a nice car. Oh, he's got a nice job at FedEx. Oh, he don't live with his mama. So I'm a, get with him and have a baby. What? Have a baby? Have a baby for somebody? You have a baby for somebody?
Well,
These
Mo, I'm
women
gonna
ain't
tell you
falling in
like
love,
this.
honey. They falling in love with the potential check.
I'm gonna tell you like this, Mo. People look at me
Yeah.
strange because I'm over 40 and I don't have any kids, but I'm like, there's a simple reason. I'm not married, and that's it. There's no other reason that I don't have any kids except for the fact
That's
that
what
I'm
I
not
used to
married.
tell them. Yeah.
But I'm looked at as the
They
strange
asked me,
one.
they used to ask me all the time, why don't you have any children? No, you're not. No, you're not. They used to ask me all the time, why don't you have any children? I said, because I'm not married. They're like, well, you don't have to be married to have children. I said, get out my vagina. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Next
I'm just
topic.
saying. That's how it
Next
is.
topic. So everybody, so y'all listen. They messing with our girl, Miss Shakari Richardson. Of course, we all know that Jamaican track and field sprinter Missy Lane Thompson wins the 100 meter dash competition at the Prefontaine Classic in Oregon, and Sakari came in last. And she took to social media to defend her position because she did come in last. Ninth place is what I'm told. So, real quick, y'all, do you think it was too early for her to go back out to compete right after her marijuana issue? Do you think she should have waited a while or just get back out there and keep running? Because we know she is a force to be reckoned with. We do know this, but Reggie, you don't think she should have waited a little bit before she jumped back out there?
No, not at all. The reason being is
All
that
right.
when you are an athlete and you get slapped in the face, the best way to get over it is to get out and compete again. This is why you see so many teams that get beat, especially when it comes to you take any team sport, football, basketball, baseball, any team sport that you're competing in, where you get slapped in the face and you lose, the next team that you're up against, that's the team that don't want to see you. I'm gonna tell you every single time. That is the team that you do not want to see. I will take it to our generation so people can understand. Q, when we went to the playoffs every year, we were either up against Odessa Permian John Tyler, or it's a school in Houston. I can't remember their name, but they were powerhouse. Guess what happened? We would play the Carter and Kimball game, right? Before we went into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They would have their same rivalry. They got placed against us because they lost their rivalry, their in-town, their local rivalry. They got placed against us, and then they demolished us because you don't want to see that. That's the team you don't want to see, is a good team that has a lot of potential that have lost right before they compete against you. Now, she lost this race dismally. However, what people don't understand is she was in the finals. So she had to run 2 or 3 races before she got to that race. That's number one. You only get to the finals if you're the top 2 and then you're the next best time. That's how you get to the finals. So people don't even take that into consideration. But that's because they have no knowledge of the sport. So she had to win a couple races just to even get in that race. Now, she came in last place. I guarantee you, if she has any kind of good team around her, she grinding her ass off right now. She is. She grinding her ass off.
She is.
And her next race.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah. If she has
that's the thing, man. You know.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was even us, even in band. You know, if you sometimes, if there were other bands that we knew, like for example, I know for a fact, Carter High School, that was really the only band, particularly, that we really worried about as it relates to competition. Skyline Band was whack. Every school we played, their band was whack. So we really didn't have any competition up until the Kimball Carter game. And then, when we would go out of town now, when we would go to the Prairie View Homecoming Parade or go to the Texas Southern Homecoming Parade, you got schools out there like Willow Ridge High School that march a 700-piece band in front of your little tube, and they got 15, 16, 17 tubers on their front line, and you got 5, and so we were never scared, but we always, would want to see how we matched up against bigger bands, and so that was the thing. And so, even Serena Williams, shout out to Serena. I hate that she's not the US Open. I'm upset, but that's okay. I'm all right. She's the first Black Wonder Woman I can ever say, and I'm gonna post a picture because she just did a video. A spread with DirecTV dressed as Wonder Woman, and she looks good. And I'm gonna post it later. But like Serena Williams, that's one person you do not want to threaten because you think, well, she's getting old. That's still a powerhouse. You don't take that shit lightly because when the Australian Open comes back around in January, she'll be on lost more weight. She'll be healthy and all kind of stuff, and you just never know what you get. Yeah. You just never know what you get. So y'all want to, go ahead, Bridget, I'm listening.
One thing that people didn't understand, because with football we had it the same way. We had like a random team that we would play at the beginning of the season, and you was there at the games. The only team that even gave us anything close to competition was Carter. That's it. That's the only school. And it wasn't like when we played these other schools like John Tyler or Odessa, it's not like they just blew us out the water the whole game. What happened was, our talent only went to like 3 quarters because then their fundamentals kicked in. And this is where having fundamentals is a huge thing, because while I know kids, when we were at school, they were getting recruited to go to these schools, but I had colleges like A&M and Texas looking at me because I had fundamentals. Now, I will say this, starting out, I went to a predominantly white school district before I transferred over to Kimball. So, I didn't come to Kimball till my sophomore year, but the fundamentals I had, outweighed because I had a little talent, but the fundamentals that I learned from the white school district, that's what set me apart. So I didn't have just the raw talent.
Mhm.
And even when I started playing semi-pro, the coaches was like, dude, you run like a freaking running back. Play running back. I can't catch, coach. I know my skill set. I can knock somebody's head off, but I can't catch a ball for nothing.
Yeah.
What's JT?
You just know where you're good at.
Yeah. You know what your skill set is. And this is
Where's
the thing.
JT?
When you get defeated as an athlete or any competitor, the last person that wants to see you is the person up after your loss, because you finna come in beast mode. That's it.
Right. JT Mo is John Tyler High School, out there somewhere, and
Oh,
we'll talk about that later. Real quick, before we get off, y'all, we got about 8 minutes. I'm gonna do one more thing. We're gonna give you some encouraging words, and we're gonna let you be about your Saturday. I have some questions from our listeners and our viewers for each one of us in the group. And so I decided today that I will go ahead and read a couple of the questions that we have that came in on last week since we didn't have a show. So the first question is for Hendrix. This question is coming from one of our Facebook people. And Hendrix, the question is, hey Hendrix, haven't seen you in a while. We're checking on you, man. Everybody wants to know how you're really doing.
um, I'll be honest, I'm struggling. But I'll be okay. It hasn't The last few weeks have been very difficult. Like I said, I've been dealing with some private issues that I don't feel like sharing. But the crew knows what's going on. I keep them abreast. Um, and I will say this: there comes a time in everybody's life where you need to take time for yourself, no matter what journey you're on. You have to take time for yourself. And that's the reason behind my 5 Ps on Wednesday night. Um, because I understand that mental health and physical, spiritual, and emotional health are very, very critical to each person. Um, I'm okay. I I will be okay. It's just been a struggle for me. So, you know, you can't appreciate the sunshine without a little rain. And this is just my rainy season. So it is what it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard him. He answered the question. I read it. I read it to him. He answered the question. Thanks so much for your question. Next question real quick is for Mo Swag. They got Mo, I got a question here for you. The question is, Mo, are you planning on building another bookshelf? Out of
Who said?
school.
You know what? Who said that? Who said that?
I can't tell you here.
First of all, we don't have no more room. The other books are in the garage, in a box, in boxes. If I had the room, I would. But oh, Reggie, guess what? The plans we got, the built-in bookshelves, they're in his office. Then they extend. It's kind of weird. They extend outside in the hallway, and then they go in my office. So it's kind of weird. So it's cool, but I still don't have enough room. But you know what? Whoever said that, y'all ain't right.
Look, Mo, look here. Ain't nothing wrong with displaying your knowledge. Okay?
Nothing,
Ain't
Mo.
nothing wrong with
Ain't nothing
displaying
wrong
your
with that.
knowledge, Mo. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna have
Mo
to
got her man, and he made her.
man.
Go ahead, Mo. Now, so you got your man, and and one of your requirements is that he knew that he read every book on the bookshelf.
That really was. It's kind of embarrassing now, but when I think about it, I'm like, now who are you to say that? But you know what? You're right. So next, I'll just set up in the laundry room from now on. I'll just set up from the laundry room from now on.
Hey, you know
And
what,
Reggie,
Mo?
I'll
Okay.
close.
Go ahead, Mo.
And look, I'll close the two sections with the books in them in the laundry room. But the point of the matter is, next weekend I will in the laundry room. Now,
Look, Mo, I wish I had enough bookshelf space because I can't decide what to put on the bookshelf. That's my problem. Because every time I think about something, then I go, because I know which boxes everything is in. I know which box to go to. So for me to put them on a bookshelf, and it's like, ooh, well, do I want to put this up? Do I want to put that up? So I just keep them in boxes. That's better for me because the way my brain thinks, I can know exactly which box to go in when I'm looking for a particular book. So, I mean, to each his own, right?
The way we do it is, well, autobiographies in the middle. Then you got fiction and then nonfiction. We don't do it like the Dewey Decimal. We do it like our favorites because I can read everybody's autobiography because I want to know what they went through, so I don't have to go through it. Like Sam Walton, he said his final statement and the biggest quote he has is, "I blew it." And I'm like, how did you blow it? You didn't get enough story? He said, no, he put too much time in his business and not enough for his family, and he lost it. He said, I blew it. And that makes me focus on what's really important. Now, family's always been important to me and leaving a legacy. But sometimes, like this morning, you know, I'm looking for a tooth. And in actuality, I should be doing the voiceovers for the Mo Talk podcast. But you know what I was doing? I was trying to find the tooth. Reggie is behind the bed. It's not a pretty sight. I got to go under the bed, and I'm a kind of chunky anyway. Yes, sir.
I will say this, Mo. And I just had this conversation a couple of days ago with a couple of my buddies. Because they were saying, oh man, you're fortunate to have this, that, and the other, and to be able to do this and be able to do that. And I told them, y'all have a gift that I desire, and I would trade it all in a heartbeat. Because they have wives, beautiful kids, and you know, their relationships are very loving, supportive, and like I told them, I trade everything I have in a heartbeat. And I'd be happy being broke if I had what you had. That's the value in what you have.
Right.
Because you can take all the money out.
Because you're always rich.
Yeah. Right. And I told them the joy, like just seeing them happy about, and these are men that did not have fathers in their lives growing up, but now they're being fathers, and to see them brag about taking their kids, not just to first grade, but all the way up, man. I just took my son, I dropped him off at school for his junior year. You know, he finna turn 16 in a couple months. I gotta get him a car, I gotta get my little dude a car. To hear those conversations, that is what makes life rich.
Yeah. I like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what? It will happen. It will happen, Reggie, when it's supposed to. But let me tell you what you get excited about. When it's Green Day, and of course they don't tell you it's Green Day until you pick them up from the world's longest pickup line for school. I don't understand it. Logistically, I don't understand it. But, Reggie, I have sent emails. I in the pickup line. The drop-off line. I have sent emails. I have posted. I have corrected papers. I have sent emails in the pickup line and the drop-off line. But when they come in and they have a wonderful day and they're giving you kisses and they say, "Look what happened," and they done drew the same picture. I swear to God, it's the same picture over and over. And then they say, tomorrow's Green Day. I was like, what you mean it's Green Day? You got to wear all green. And you taking your hotter than fish grease, but you're going to Walmart, Target, and Marshalls to find all green outfit. You got her looking good, all green head to toe. Then she come back and at that pickup line talking about, well, it wasn't Green Day today. It's going to be next week. Ha! But you know what you do? You like, let's go get some ice cream.
Yeah.
Let's go get some ice cream.
You know, Reggie, I was telling a couple of my friends that too, man. That's one thing I would say that I would love to have. You know, it's that dynamic of my own. You know, that kind of dynamic. Family is wonderful, but that dynamic where everything's in one place, you know what I'm saying, that you can wake up to and that you can enjoy, you know, and actually see your legacy move forward. You know, I you know, that is priceless. So priceless. All right, we
Well,
have one more
I had a,
question, but we got
I don't care
time.
about the question. So anyway, Reggie, I had a dream that you,
Mo, you care about the question?
I saw you, little girl, oh, to get the big bows. What? I'm talking to Reggie. I like Reggie. I don't like you. So I had a dream that you had a little girl with a big bow, because I had to tell you where to get the big bows for 99 cents. And you put the big red bow. It must have been Christmas because it had some gold in it too, on her, and she was sitting in her thing. And you took a picture. He's like, I got the big bow. I dream of it. I was like, okay, Reggie. I said, once again, another child is not named after me, but that's okay. Then I woke up, got me some potato chips. See, Q, the only time I have dreams about you is like when I'm having a nightmare. That's all.
Thank you, Mo. I appreciate being a part of your nightmare. I really, really do appreciate it. What's up, Miss Deuce? Miss Deuce say, Miss Deuce say, Reggie gonna be up naked and vaping. No, Mallory, slander will not be tolerated. No, Mallory, slander will not be tolerated. It will not be tolerated. Okay, y'all. I mean, that's what
Okay.
niggas do. You know,
So,
that's
hey,
business
shout
things.
out. Shout out.
Who we shouting out to?
Guess what today is, y'all? Guess what today is? March 28th. No, it's August 28th. Lord have mercy. That's my daddy's birthday. Hey, Daddy. August 28th. That's today. 1964. Oh, was it 1964. March on Washington for freedom, jobs. The I Have a Dream speech.
Okay.
Was that today?
I was thinking Selma, but it's I knew it had something to do with Martin Luther King. I'm not great with history. I know who to place there.
Yeah,
but actual events, I'm a little hazy.
Yeah, it was a March on Washington, August 28th, 1964. Because I was there, Moses was there, but I was at the march on August 28th, 1984. It was hot. It was hot because we were commemorating the 20th. I was hot. It was hot. That was a piece of history that I was a part of. I'm excited.
Well, Mo, we appreciate you, you know, being a part of history and making our wonderful people, you know, a better people by showing your participation by marching so young. And you are still living to tell about it. So we appreciate it. You know, we really appreciate it for real, for real. So y'all, that's it. That's all we got. It's our first Saturday morning on in a long time. Don't forget our show lineup. Make sure you join us on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock at nighttime Central Standard Time. I'm gonna be talking about being safe and sexual part 2. We're gonna be jumping into that, and then I'm gonna definitely pass it over to my boy Hendrix on Wednesday night, and then on Thursday night with myself and Miss Arbor for MTG After Dark, and then on Saturday morning it'll be us 3 again. That's how we're gonna do it. That's Miss Deuce, you so messy. Deuce is messy as hell.
What she say?
Put it up.
She say, aren't y'all missing someone? No. No, Deuce, we not missing nobody.
Actually, we are. We missing Deuce. We missing Deuce. So Deuce, you need to come over here next Saturday. We missing you.
She said the people want to know. The people want to know. The people want to know. Miss Deuce, it'd be good for you to pop up on us every now and then when you get ready. But yeah, that's all we got. That's it. It's a Saturday, like I said, Saturday morning. Y'all go enjoy your day. I think the high temperature today
I'll
in
put
Dallas is
lipstick
gonna be
on next
91
week.
degrees.
Somebody just hit me up
Be
and said, why
91
you ain't got no
degrees and all
lipstick
that
on?
good stuff. So it's gonna be hot. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna definitely see you on next week. Have a great day and a good Saturday. We'll see you in a minute. Peace.